What's happening, fellas? The title of this video is Don't Have Sex Unless You Are Ready to Be a Father. Let me elaborate on that. These day and age, when you lay down with a woman, you run the risk of being financially responsible for her, the child that you bear into this world, the things associated with it. You run the risk of being fully responsible for these things at all costs. As men today, you have to stand up on principle. You have to be principled in the way you move. And I think a lot of men today lose track of that. As I elaborate into this topic, we all know that you can just go out and about and just lay down with somebody so easily, right? The thing is that the consequences of that, not strapping up, just going out there moving around how you move around, and you find yourself 9 months later with a baby with somebody you don't like. Those are the realities. Having children today is more expensive than it's ever been. You got daycare, you got the day-to-day, you got the cost of living, you got the cost of food, you got to feed these jokers 3 times a day. And you got to take care of yourself, and I'm pretty sure you got bills associated with that. So today as men, it's either you are pushing forward in your ideas and your goals and your concepts, or you are staying stagnant. No matter if the current is pushing against you and telling you that it ain't no time for you to have dreams. You need to get up and you need to bust down this 9 to 5. You may have to do exactly what you have to do as a man. But don't lay down with a woman unless you're ready to be a father. Present in your female's life, then you're going to have some trials and tribulations. I can tell you straight up that in this day and age, if you can meet a young lady that has a father in her life, that's a plus. But if you don't, you have to be on your purpose. That's if she has a father in her life. That's if she doesn't have a father in her life. You have to be on your purpose, because at one point in time, you're going to have to take care of this woman. And I know they say, oh, everything is 50-50, and I hear all of that. But no, reality is you need to be building, striving, goal-oriented in order to be able to take care of this woman and this seed that you're going to bring into this world. Everything today is a rat race. And it seems like the deeper we get into this future of 2025 and the great beyond from there with this new president, Donald Trump, you need to be trying to stand up right. They're pushing towards the worker now. It seems like the small business is in a space where it's being challenged. So if you're going to build a business, do it. Stop talking about it. If you're going to go out and apply to that job, do it. Stop talking about it. Because at one point in time, when you lay down with one of these girls, whether you are strapping up or not, things happen. You're going to get one pregnant. So the best thing for you to do is plan forward. Plan forward. Because at the end of the day, when you out here, you grinding, you busting on these hours to go buy yourself this new game or invest in whatever you're trying to do, you're going to have to buy some Pampers. You're going to need the time available to be for that baby. And the baby wants a lot more than you just buying some Pampers. They want your time. So the goal is, the objective is to be in a place financially where if you have to pull away, you can pull away and that business can keep going. Or that ideal can keep going, or whatever you're trying to push into the future can keep moving, because the current is going to try to knock you out the way. Every single day, the current is going to try to knock you out the way. It's going to try to pull you in 1,000 different directions. Oh, there's that going on. But the objective is to stay focused and not lose track, because the world wants you to lose track. The world wants you to be distracted. That baby going to want you to be present. That mother gonna want you to be present for that baby. That mother gonna want you to be present for her. That mother gonna want you to do 1,000 other things, but you can't stay off your purpose. You gotta stay on your pivot. Women will knock you off your purpose. I reiterate, women will knock you off your purpose if you don't have that internal locus and control to stay centered on who you are. And remember that you're here to serve God and to push through on your ideas and your goals and your aspirations, because nothing can get in the way of that. You can't allow that to happen. But that baby gonna need your time. So don't lay down with that lady unless you want to have a baby with that lady. I know some women be like, oh, just the tip. That's how they get you. And them getting you sometimes is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, you got to be ready to take care of that child mentally. You can't be a child yourself. A lot of us are older and still a children mentally. They say a woman is more interested in people, and men are interested in things. Women are interested in things. Women are interested in people, and men are interested in things. Sometimes we have to take those things and make those things into businesses so we can be able to do the things that we want to do. And I got to tell you, bro, as I said in this parking lot, and I make this video because I feel like there's some brothers out here that need to hear it. I'm telling you this as a man that is 39 years old, expecting my second child in about 7 weeks now. But don't lay down with that woman unless you're ready to be a father. You have to be principled. You have to go to God. When things are different, when they're rough, when they're tough, you got to be able to be centered in yourself, to go to God humbly and ask him for his guidance and ask him to humble you, to order your steps. That's where we are in this world right now. Because again, these distractions out here, they want to knock you off your pivot. They don't want to see you successful. They don't want to see you make something of yourself. They don't want to see you turn this thing around, turn this big ship around, and you make something magical for your last name. That's the last thing they want to see. They want to see you broke, hurt, and disgusted. That's what the enemy wants. And women, they love us. We got some that'll ride or die. We got some that'll hold us down. We got some that'll take us through different currents, but they are based in emotion. And if you allow her to knock you off your pivot, you won't be successful because she wants you around. She may want to cuddle. She may want this, may want that, but you have to be in yourself. All right, I got to put this to the side. I got to go do what I got to do. I got to keep this moving this way. I got to keep building that way, because eventually you're going to lay down with that woman and you're going to create a baby. And that baby is going to come before all of your goals. That baby is going to come before everything that you believe in outside of God. And that family is going to be centered because you are responsible for that. You are the center and the foundation of the family and the legacy that you leave behind. And the steps and the things that you do are in correlation with those values. So why not have God involved in that process? Do not lay down with that woman unless you are ready to be with that woman. Because in the event that you don't want to be with her and you got her pregnant, she is going to be in your life for the next 18 years. So you better buckle up. You know what I mean? That's the reality, man. You can like somebody right now and not like them for a lifetime. And a lot of times what people tend to find is that those women that they meet, they're good for the moment. They're not good for the long term. They're not good for your energy. They're not good for your clarity. They're not good for your goals. But if you're only thinking with your little head, your big head gonna be in trouble. That's why we got to use our minds as men. That's why we got to stay centered. Hey, and if you could, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video with some brothers that need to see it. They need to hear it. Because maybe they stuck in today, their situation where it's like they don't even know how to shake themselves out of their circumstances because they ain't never heard it said like this. I'm a real OG, a young OG, and I'm going to tell you straight up. I want to see my brothers winning. We got a new president, whether you like him, hate him, whatever the case may be. He is about masculinity. And if you call yourself a Sigma male, an alpha male, or whatever you call yourself, just know that you're a man first, a man of God. That's the number one thing. And when we lay down with these women, we got to be ready to take care of them. Because even in the Bible, it tell you, you're responsible for this woman for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. That's what God say. That's what he required. Those are part of the vows. This is the reality, man. And I tell you this as a married man, man to man that want to see you win. Do what you got to do. Stay locked into your purpose. Stay motivated. Keep God in the center of that whole thing. Be prepared for if that baby come, when that baby come. You ain't even got to necessarily have that conversation with her because she'll be like, I ain't trying to get pregnant. But it's the possibility of being able to lay down with somebody and create life. And it's a possibility that it can happen. So as men today, as men that stand up in their household, as men that stand up in their relationship, as men that are providers, as men that are make a way, as men that are God-centered and God-focused, don't lay down with that woman unless you want to have a baby with her.